Hey guys, in this video, I want to talk to you about the only ashwagandha you should be supplementing with and why. Ashwagandha has to be one of the most important and therapeutic herbs of all time. It is one of the most commonly used herbs in Ayurvedic medicine and traditional Chinese medicine for its adaptogenic qualities. Now, as an adaptogenic herb, ashwagandha has the primary mechanism of assisting the body in all of its regulatory functions, meaning that it helps the body to achieve balance in homeostasis. Now, in addition to this primary benefit, ashwagandha has a long list of traditional benefits and uses. And just to name a few, ashwagandha is a known anti-fatigue and anti-stress herb, meaning that it helps to mitigate the negative effects of stress hormones like cortisol, and therefore having an anti-fatigue or an energizing-like quality that can be beneficial for things like anxiety, fatigue, and depression. Ashwagandha is also a known brain tonic. Not only does it protect the brain from the damaging effects of stress hormones like cortisol, but it also enhances cognitive function and specifically can improve memory. In addition to these benefits, ashwagandha is a traditional sex tonic. It is known to increase fertility by enhancing the production of all of our important sex steroids and decreasing all of the sex robbing or the antagonist hormones to proper sexual function. It increases libido, sex drive, and overall arousal. In addition to that is also a known thyroid tonic. It increases the functioning of the thyroid. It helps to enhance the conversion of thyroid hormone into its active form, therefore making thyroid hormone more effective in our cells. And given its androgenic and pro-thyroid nature, ashwagandha is known to increase our overall energy, our physical performance, and it can even increase lean muscle mass development. Now, I have to say, these are some pretty impressive health benefits, especially considering that about 80% of people suffer from at least one of these symptoms. 80% of people suffer from hypothyroidism and they don't even know it. Most people are experiencing some sort of chronic stress and have elevated levels of stress hormones like cortisol and deficient levels or suboptimal levels of the androgenic hormones like testosterone and progesterone. And ashwagandha just seems to correct all of these issues that are so prevalent in the world today. Not to mention that it only takes about 3 months of supplementation of ashwagandha to achieve those effects. And all of those benefits happen to be backed by science in human clinical trials. But before we get into some of those clinical trials, and before you go supplementing with ashwagandha, I just want to point out something that's imperative to understand, which is that all of those health benefits that I just mentioned and the research that I'm going to get into, they were proven to be effective through the supplementation of a very special type of ashwagandha. So not all ashwagandha and all ashwagandha supplements are going to achieve these effects. It takes a very potent form of ashwagandha known as ashwagandha KSM-66, which just so happens to be the most potent form of ashwagandha that you can get. Ashwagandha KSM-66 contains 5% of the active constituent known as Withanolides, which give it all of its health benefits that we've mentioned. So if you've been interested in supplementing with ashwagandha because you've heard that it can lower cortisol, the primary stress hormone, by 20%, it can increase the production of protective androgen hormones like progesterone and testosterone to upwards of 40%. Or maybe you're interested in using ashwagandha to promote the health of your thyroid and the conversion of T4 into T3. Maybe you want to use it because you've heard that it's a natural and effective alternative to anti-anxiety and antidepressant medications. Or perhaps you're using it to increase your physical performance. Perhaps you're an athlete and you want to increase your energy, your endurance, and even put on some lean muscle mass. Whatever the case is, if you've heard that ashwagandha has a health benefit, just know that all of those health benefits and the corresponding research have been done on the KSM-66 form of ashwagandha, not any other form of ashwagandha. So again, if you're interested in reaping any of these benefits associated with ashwagandha I mentioned here today, or that you've ever seen anywhere else before, you're going to need that KSM-66 form of ashwagandha, which we carry on our online tonic herb shop in the description box below. Of course, we're always dedicated to bringing the highest quality, most potent, and actually effective herbs that we can find. So many people message me and say, you know, I've tried this form of this herb and this form and it doesn't seem to work. Well, that could have a lot to do with the quality of that herb and of course the extraction process. So in regards to ashwagandha, if you've been trying ashwagandha before and you haven't noticed any benefits, then I highly recommend giving this active form a try. You'll probably notice a major difference. Anyways, that does bring this video to a close. If you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up. definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in seeing some of the science that's associated with the KSM-66 form of ashwagandha, I'll put links to all of those studies in the description box below. And if you're interested in learning more, or again, supplementing with that ashwagandha, you can find all of that in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.